welcome to episode 5 of the Strong Couples Blueprint podcast. Today we have got our lovely coach Tom on the green chair. I was going to say on the sofa, but he's on the green chair. And we are, because obviously Tom is a coach with us for G&M Coaching, so he is a huge part of Team G&M. He's been with us since June last year, so like a year and 3 months.
Yeah.
It's gone
And
so
also
quick.
has a very, very successful face-to-face PT business down London way.
Potentially the most successful in-person PT business that I've ever known.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
all the PTs that we've known of in our whole career, spanning over like
Yeah.
what, 6 years.
I've never known anyone to deliver as many, either across the whole of every single industry I've been in.
Consistently.
I'll
Not to big you up. Or anything.
Yeah, I'll take that, yeah.
Not to put the pressure in there. But yeah, so what we'll do, we'll start off with your journey, how you've got into kind of fitness.
Okay, well, there's a long way around.
It's alright, we've got half an hour.
Alright, cool. Well, I mean, I was always, from young, I was into football. That was my main way into it. I mean, my dad was a pro footballer, so from young, he played for Fulham, Barnet, Bournemouth, had a great career. So I always sort of like followed my dad around from like 4 years old. I had a football at my feet, so I was mad into it from a baby. I loved it, and then grew up obviously playing every single weekend. Do you know what I mean? And then at 16, I signed as a professional for AFC Wimbledon. Obviously, like the work up to that, like you play for like loads of different clubs and stuff as a kid, and then you sign a scholar, and it's sort of like you're in the pro game then. Do you know what I mean? And it's a crazy business. But yes, I signed pro at 16 for AFC Wimbledon. I had 3 years there, unreal time in my life. Like you're training pro, like you're in 5-6 days a week. It's insanely tough. Like you're training all the time, you're playing all the time. The level's insane. Like you've got to be like fit as a fiddle. We're in the gym 2 or 3 days a week. So getting into fitness and stuff, and like in the industry, that was my way into it.
Yeah, just goes hand in hand.
Yeah, because obviously with your training, you have to be in the gym and stuff. So, and that was what I wanted to do as a kid. So I was living my dream essentially. But at 18, 19, so after being there for about 3 years, they released me. And I remember sitting in the manager's office that day, and the reason they gave me for releasing me and not extending my contract, they said, "You're not physically ready."
So he hasn't come out of the gym since.
So basically it was sort of like, that was in my head from that day.
That's harsh, I think, at that age as well. You'd think they'd just go, well, we can fix that. Like, skills are harder one to teach.
Yeah. No, for sure, yeah. But it's like at the time I was skin and bones. Do you know what I mean? I was tiny, like I could always run and stuff, and I was in the gym, but I just weren't growing.
Yeah.
And obviously you don't really know how. Like you have the help from the sports scientists and stuff, but I didn't understand nutrition or all the stuff away from it that you grow to in the industry. And obviously being a pro, you need to get them things right. But if you haven't got that sort of understanding, it ain't gonna work. So.
And it's not given to you.
No, that's
There's
it.
no lesson in school.
Yeah.
You get taught, here's how a resistance machine works. There's no lesson in school where they say, here's how to fuel yourself before a workout. There's just no knowledge
And
of it
obviously
whatsoever.
then, you're saying that like even in a professional football team, that they're still not really kind of pushing
Where
that.
that's expected of you.
Yeah. I think when you're sort of in a first team,
Then it
it's a lot more, but like when you're like under 18, under 21, whatever it is, it's a little bit less. But yeah, I remember being sat in that office that day, and they said, "Listen, you're not physically ready." And at times I felt like I was a kid playing in a man's game at times, because I was obviously so small and stuff. And then so I got released from there, trialled at a couple other clubs, nothing sort of happened, and then an opportunity come up to go play abroad in Sweden. So I sort of took that opportunity, and I thought, I'm gonna like try and make a living playing football pro abroad. So I went out there, had a great time, had a great experience, but I got injured. And then while I was injured, I got myself into the gym out there, and I was just loving my training. I was just in the gym, me and a couple of the boys. The manager actually gave us the keys to the gym. And he's like, "Go on, boys!" Like it was the club's gym, and we're just in there every single day. Like we go down there before training, be in there after training. Was in the gym all day, every day.
But that massively just shows your character then, because you've made a real positive as such a bad
Yeah,
situation.
yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
we have with kind of clients now where second someone gets injured with one thing, it's everything's kind of out the window.
Yeah,
Whereas
yeah.
actually you've gone, okay, I can't do the thing what I love and I really want to do, but I can do this, and let's see what I can actually get out of this during this time period. Because while you're playing week in, week out, it does become very hard to progress because you can't be fatigued. You can't be absolutely dying every single time you go on the pitch.
That's it.
But yeah, I think that's great that you did still find such a positive out of it. And pushing
Yeah, for sure. And then I came back from playing abroad in Sweden, and I had no offers to play football, and I started playing semi-pro. I thought to myself, what am I going to do? Do you know what I mean? I thought the only thing that I've been loving doing every single day is being in the gym. So I sort of, I looked up a couple of things, looked online, see what jobs I could do to sort of keep my fitness and stuff. And nothing suited me more than working in the gym. So I started PTing. Well, I'd done my course without really knowing anything about the industry too much. I'd done my course, and after I finished my course, I thought I knew everything in the world. And obviously you don't, do you? But like, you do your PT level 3, and it's like, I know everything. Like, you know what I mean?
It's that graph, isn't it? It's like a year. Was it not? Side day bow. I can't remember what the actual terminology is for this sort of graph. But basically, when you first kind of start the industry, you think you know absolutely everything, and then you suddenly feel like you know absolutely nothing. And then that's
you learn more.
As you learn more, then like, gosh, I haven't covered these topics. I don't know anything about that. And you then at a point where you do know more, you are going across that journey, but then you feel like you know absolutely nothing. And then you come out the other side and then start to grow. And then finally, you've got the confidence. You do know what you know, and you understand. Well, this is just like my niche, it's my industry. This is what I'm really
You zone in on them what you get good at, and you coach that.
Yeah, and actually really starts learning. I definitely, if someone tried to tell me I was doing something wrong when I first became a PT, I would not have listened to them at all.
No, exactly.
But now I listen to so much from other people. But you have to, I think it comes with the confidence and the knowledge. It kind of comes hand in hand.
For sure.
Where you can actually then take some criticism on board and you can learn some new stuff.
No, definitely. But yeah, so then I got my job at Pure Gym Burnham, which is where I've been ever since. And then just built up my business from there.
How many years is that now?
I want to say
3 or 4. 3.
Yeah, about 3 or 4 years now. But it's been and it's just flown by. Obviously, to this day, you start obviously with no clients and stuff. Have to teach classes, and you just sort of, like you say, you're building up your knowledge. And but it's just about listening to people around you. And obviously, whenever I have questions, luckily obviously I've known you guys, so I'd ask you different things, and even about like calorie deficits and stuff, and whether, do you know what I mean? Just little bits. So I've always sort of had help from people I know, like especially you guys. You'd ask questions, or a couple, like all the PTs that I work with, everyone's legend there, like they're all wicked. So
people think it has to kind of be a competition in
no,
the
it doesn't.
industry. And the idea, we speak about this a lot, like what we've done, say, over the last kind of 4 years, the people who do this after us will do it quicker than what we did it. Because we set the path, and the people who did it before us took them longer. We weren't more successful than them. They just had to start at a further point behind and slowly build through. And it's that idea of that we're not kind of competing against each other, we're competing against obesity, heart disease,
exactly.
like all of that mental health issues. That is what we're against, and there's more than enough people out there for us all to kind of help and work with. It doesn't need to be the case that you're annoyed because someone's gone with a different coach.
No, that's it.
And you should be able to kind of help someone. If another coach asks me my point of view on something, I let them know. Like it's part of it. You've got to spread the knowledge to then learn more. It's when you're at that first stage and you become, your confidence is through the roof, but you don't really know anything. You're being really continuous. That's when everyone starts to really, it's the whole journey.
No, for sure. And I do feel like at the gym I work at, there's that sort of balance with, obviously, with PT, and that, you know, if someone's better suited to someone else's needs, then that's what it is. And obviously, the more you're in it, the more you learn. And I feel like you never stop learning, as you guys know. You two are always on it. You're always learning stuff and sending me things through, and it's like you never stop learning. And I think personally, you can learn off anyone. Whether it's something to do or sometimes what not to do, you can learn off anyone. Do you know what I mean? And it's just about how you sort of take that and move on with it. Do you know what I mean?
Taking the right things from the right people and building it into your own. Like, you're never trying to be kind of fake and not be yourself. You've got to be yourself.
That's it.
But you can take people's strengths and stuff they do well, a little bit of kind of their knowledge, and really kind of excel with it. Like, there's maybe some people in the fitness industry that I don't think are that good, but they've been brilliant in some aspects.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, I can't knock that. Like, they've built an amazing kind of community, or they've built this amazing kind of business side stuff. It's like, well, they must be good at the business side. Like, and it's about being able to kind of look and kind of watch everyone and go, okay, you know what, that's really good there. I want to take a little bit of kind of information from them. That I see them doing that a little bit wrong. They haven't noticed they're doing it wrong, but what am I going to do to not let myself fall into that situation doing it wrong? So I think that's good that you've been able to kind of been so observant to the whole industry. No,
and that's it. Yeah, but that's sort of how I come into it. And then obviously here we are today, obviously working with you guys for 15 months now, which has completely just changed the game for me and elevated everything. I would say not just in a sense of like becoming an online coach as well as a PT, but just like, especially as of like recently with the way the brand's going, like daily habits and just the way the things you can, like you've opened my eyes to of being able to like get more done in a day. Do you know what I mean? And the power of social media and all these different things. I feel like obviously working with you guys has not just been, you're an online coach now. It's like your life changes because there's so much in place to help you elevate and get to the next level. So with obviously PT and an online coaching now, this is my job now. So yeah.
Brilliant. In terms of this whole journey, have you had any struggles? What's the hardest point?
Oof.
Name one. Let's list them off. Really.
Nah, there's a few.
What's the hardest?
There's a few. Obviously, I suffered my leg break. About 9 months ago.
Still goes on about it.
Can't get over that. That was a tough one. That was a real tough one.
Explain that because there'll be a lot of people listening that won't know any context to that.
You want me to explain it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So obviously, with my PT business, I've still been playing football semi-professionally. Ever since I come out of the program, I was playing semi-pro when I came back from Sweden. And so with my PT, obviously playing semi-pro football as well, and consistently playing because I love my football. I've always loved and I'll never stop playing for as long as I can. And when I get back to it, I'll carry on and try and just play to the best level I can play to because I love it. And yes, I've been playing semi-pro, carrying on playing semi-pro for a team at Step 4 called Hamworth Villa. And we're playing an away game in Guernsey. So every Saturday, obviously, semi-pro, you play. Playing away in Guernsey, first 15 minutes, I've gone in for a tackle. It's still a little bit of a blur now. Like I can talk about it a lot easier now, but it's still a little bit of a blur. Like I've gone in for a tackle.
More what other people told you happened as opposed to...
Yeah, sort of. There's a lot I remember, but it all sort of happened so quick. I've gone in for a tackle, and then I've like ended up on the floor. I've rolled over. I've looked at my left leg, and it's just sort of like dangling, like hanging off type thing. Not hanging off, but no, that's a bit too much. But it's like it's
very dramatic.
Yeah, halfway down.
It's not connected properly.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Wrong with his leg.
Yeah, and like, have you seen Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets?
Yeah.
You know when his arm goes like that, like do you know, that was my leg literally when it snapped. So went to hospital. They did an operation on me the next day over in Guernsey, and then obviously flew back from there. And just started my recovery journey really, with like my family and everyone around me. And like after 6 weeks I was back in the gym on my crutches. I think the only real positive I was still able to sort of online coach at the time. That was the only thing I could really do. But then after 6 weeks got back in the gym on my crutches and just built up from there. Like to this day though, I'm still not 100%, but I'm training all the time. I'm still doing everything that I can do, and I'm rehabbing. So
in the best shape of your life.
Yeah. To be fair, like I've in myself, I've never looked better, but my legs not great. Like I can't run. I can walk. I can just about power walk. So, but yeah, I've got into the best shape I've ever been in. So in some ways, you have to like help with my learning as well. Right, I can't run. There's certain things I can't do. So how am I going to change that? How am I going to develop? Yeah, that's it.
It's exactly the same like your first thing you said about when you were like abroad. It's the same thing. Obviously, like a bad situation has happened.
Yeah.
Yes, obviously there's still going to be that, like still like a mourning period where you're going to be kind of really upset and kind of down about it. But then again, you found what can I do kind of positive about this? And what can I do next? Like where is the next kind of challenge? What can I kind of put into place so that when it does come back round and eventually like it's never going to heal. There is always going to be that there's a light at the end of this tunnel there, and like at least then you've done everything you can through this period to go, you know what, I can go again as if I can. Yeah,
that's it, and that's sort of how I feel about it. I just wanted to sort of make sure I'd done everything possible to
give yourself
and that's it. And I feel like the help you get from people around you, like family, friends, people at work, G&M team, it's just sort of like everyone's just sort of like, right, come on. Do you know what I mean? And of course it's hard, but what you always got to think is like people are always in tougher situations. Like one of my clients was going through chemo at the same time I broke my leg, and it's like, and she was still in the gym. I'm like, come on. Come on. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's so much to it, and it's just sort of like, yeah, it's just that mentality of like, nah, come on. Yeah. And if anything, I feel like that's the leg break sort of elevated that to be like, right. Because I remember after I'd done it, I remember I was, you know, I've said to a few people, and I sort of thought to myself, after breaking my leg, I've got to make sure I do everything I can now, and not just not just to get back playing football. I'm talking every single aspect of life. I want to make the most out of everything. Like I want to work as many hours as I can. I want to still be able to have a social life, being able to do. Do you know what I mean? Just I want to be able to do everything, because there was a time when literally you're sat there and you can't do anything.
Yeah.
And
it's giving you that appreciation.
Yeah, exactly. Appreciation of literally life.
Yeah.
So if anything, like looking at, obviously it was an awful experience, but there's been so many positives to take about building and learning, and you know, you spend time with your family and loved ones, and you see the people that really, really care about you, and like when it hurts you, it hurts them. So it's about wanting to get back for them. So,
question on that: if you could go back in time, 15 minutes into that game, that tackle was all right.
Oh, you summing yourself up.
No, come on. You can't do me like that. You can't do.
Change it?
No, I think you change it now. Maybe 10 years time, you never know, innit?
Yeah. No, do you know what? If I could have the best of both worlds, and
have that way,
exactly
with a working leg,
exactly have that sort
have
of
the lesson,
have the epiphany, but not having to snap my leg. Then I'll be like, all day long. Yeah. But obviously, life don't work like that. So I'm going to be boring. I'm going to say I can't answer that question, because what's happened, and I love everything that's come of it.
Yeah.
But the actual situation, I don't wish that on anyone.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Good question, though. Thank you.
Didn't answer it though.
Come on, man.
Well, yeah, I like the bit, obviously, talk about obviously your client with chemo, because I think a lot of times with excuses, the one thing what I always like to kind of hear is like, you could have just made an excuse for a task that someone in a worse situation has just completed.
Yeah.
It's like, you can always talk yourself into having a big enough excuse. It's not that hard to. Like, you can come up with anything.
No, I love that one.
There's always going to be someone from a more privileged position than you. There's always going to be someone from a less privileged position from you that is going to do a better job than what you do.
I had a client, an amputee client, for a while when I was working in a gym, and his attitude was amazing.
Yeah.
He was absolutely amazing. He was always so positive. Like, you get him to step up on a box, and the celebrations in which he was having,
amazing,
was like, you know, he just looked at life that completely
probably your most like reliable client.
Yeah, he was on it. Like, he was absolutely brilliant, and you can reflect it like on a smaller scale. You know, obviously, like you wake up in the morning, you're a little bit ill, and you're like, oh, this is horrible, and you don't always appreciate when you're not ill.
Yes.
It's like, you know what, I'm in a great position now. I feel absolutely amazing. And I'm still coming up with excuses while I want to sit on the sofa.
Yeah.
Well, he's just an excuse.
Yeah,
but it's actually like, you know what, put that then into a bigger scale, to the point where you've broke your leg and you really can't do it for day after day. You can see how much on the flip side, then like, you know what, no, I've got to appreciate this.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way I'm going to turn down going for a jog when my leg's fixed.
Yeah.
Because there was so long that I couldn't do this.
Yeah. And that's the type of person I want to be to my face-to-face clients, my online clients. That's the type of person I want to be. Like, celebrate the wins, and being in the gym, just being a buzz, being a good person. It's just sort of like, you can change people's lives just by the way you are.
So,
do you know what I mean?
So, do you think it's helped you coaching?
100%.
What aspects?
What the leg break helped my coaching? Yeah, 100% it's helped my coaching in terms of like I said, the appreciation of life, like getting up and being in the gym 5 a.m. in the morning and being buzzing to see my clients, rather than being like, oh, do you know what I mean? Not being dead, like early doors. I'm like, yeah, come on.
It was 6 weeks that you could do that.
That's what I'm saying. And just from that 6 weeks, it's just sort of, it's changed so much. And having had that experience of not doing nothing for 6 weeks, like I said, I wanted to work more. So I'm now working a lot more hours. I'm working with a lot more clients. There's a lot more needs. Obviously, you start early, finish late, and you have to be the best version of yourself for all them people. Yeah. And with all them, that's it.
You don't want the 5 a.m. client getting a different service to the 8
exactly.
a.m.
Yeah, exactly. And
that's what's 3 months to the day, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Get it in. But yeah,
we don't recommend it.
Disclaimer there. But yeah, so the more obviously the more people that you work with, everyone's got different needs and people react differently to different things, and everyone's training's different, people are on different journeys. So it just sort of like you have to then be on it with everything. So, you know, you end up researching more, you end up doing more. Because you're doing more with your day, you end up just finding out more. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, like I would say more in terms of, I'd say the leg breaks benefited my coaching more in terms of like my attitude to just want to do everything and be on top of everything. But then having that comes with you extend your knowledge because you have to work with more people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
on that, I was going to say, I think you've become more productive.
Yeah.
Because like I remember a time, like say 9-10 months ago, where we'd be like, Tom, can you get this posted? Could you get that done? And you were probably doing like on average 30 clients a week.
Yeah,
I think, probably about 25, 30 sessions a week at that time.
Busy PT. And it'd be like, oh, I haven't got time, or I'm really struggling for time.
Yeah.
And then now, when you've got 50, 60 clients a week, we ask you to get a reel done, and it's done.
Yeah.
Because your time management is so much better regarding work.
Yeah. No, it is, and like I said, that's just a change of attitude. But you know, sort of having that push from you guys, it's sort of like you're like, right, get this done, and it's sort of like I've got no excuse not to do it. I've got no excuse not to do it. And the way that the brand is going, the way that the business is going, everything has to be right and everything has to be on point. And it's just sort of, you're not just you're representing yourself, you're representing G&M. Do you know what I mean? You're representing a team. So it is now when you say, right, get this done, it's done. Because it has to, and it has to be done. Do you know what I'm saying? But like on the flip side of that, I know that we're talking about me, but I just want to say the brand and stuff, the elevation is crazy. Like to get to the point where we're on here now and we're doing a podcast, it's insane. It's absolutely insane. Obviously, a lot of people down south, my area, know about you now, and hopefully we can expand and keep building. But it's like absolutely it's absolutely crazy. Do you know what I mean? It's amazing. So
it's been good. It's been one hell of a journey. Like everything that's been put in place and changed over the past 4 years, it has been absolutely ridiculous. And how many times like that whole thing comes back to like that bell curve and being super feeling that you've know everything.
Ours has gotten like...
It's kind of...
I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. No.
Yeah, it's like, we're on the way back up here. We've got this.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then something else comes and we're like...
Crash.
Oh, there's a new form of social media. We now have... What's the new one?
Threads.
It's like, you just start again and it's been...
Oh, the algorithm's changed again. Great.
Knowledge in terms of like the gym, there's a new study that's come out.
Always.
Now we're going with length and partials, then we're going with no, it doesn't, it just needs to be.
Yeah.
We've got to change 100 programs.
Yeah, let's start again. Like, no, it's all good. So, in your career,
yes,
and in personal, biggest wins.
Ooh.
Go with.
That got over as well.
Got over, yeah.
Yeah, man, this is a hard one.
I think it's so hard to talk positive about yourself.
Yeah.
I think it's the hardest thing. Like when we done the first podcast, I'll give you a little bit of time, mate, to think. When we done the first podcast, it was the hardest one to do because we had to talk about ourselves. Yeah. Give us a topic, sound. I'll talk about that. About that all day.
Give me an opportunity to critique myself and tell you about my lowest point. I could go all day.
Yeah.
My biggest win.
Yeah, it's not getting into you, innit? What's your biggest strength?
No, that's it. Yeah, talk about my weaknesses. I don't. Yeah. I mean, there's loads of wins. I'd say from a career point of view, just being able to help the amount of people that I've helped and the transformations that you see and the way you can change people's lives. Yeah. In terms of clients, like I can't name anyone specifically because there's so many people that you just help and their lives change. Like you've got people that come into the gym that can barely run. And all of a sudden, these same people, like...
Or even want to get into the gym.
Yeah. These same people, like, months down the line, they're getting married or they're going to a do and they're feeling great, they're looking great. They're in the gym 5-6 days a week and these people are, like, healthy. And when they come in, there's a smile on their face. When they first started, they were timid to step into the free weights.
Yeah.
So it's just, I think the change you see in people's lives is, like, that's a fulfilling feeling that you get. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I can see why... so many people like to try and jump across a PT.
Yeah. So I'd say that from a PT point of view.
Personally,
God,
What's your biggest achievement? What do you want your biggest achievement to be?
What do I want my biggest?
Goal?
So on my goal, so this is, I'm gonna take the long way around on this one. I think I got asked a while ago, a long time ago, it was under a year ago, about 10 months ago, just before I broke my leg, and a guy said to me, he said, "What's your biggest fear?" And at the time I said, not being successful. But now I'd sort of change that. My biggest fear is like, I hate knowing that I'm not working hard enough.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So my biggest fear, I'd say, is not working hard enough. And in order of like, I'll change that from not being successful to not working hard enough. So what I want my biggest achievement to be, I don't know at the minute. Like there's loads of things I want to do in my life. I want to get.
It's more about the journey.
Yeah,
and you're just willing to
that's
put
it. That's it. And I think, there's that saying, fall in love with the journey, not the destination.
Yeah.
For me, like the destination looks different. It changes all the time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
But you know what you want to be doing on the journey. It's just
exactly. And for me, the biggest thing, I'll tell you what I'll say. My biggest win is my biggest thing. I wake up in the morning and I love what I do. And that's my biggest win, I'd say. I wake up every morning, 4 a.m., 5 a.m. I love what I do. People say to me, how do you get up so early in the morning and like you finish so late at night? I love what I do.
So you never struggle getting up in the morning to go on holiday, do you?
No.
Like, and it's that thing.
That's it,
You're having that sort of like sensation every single day.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
That's what I'm saying.
And I think that is just appreciating life as well, because there's that sort of a podcast I was watching before, and it was on about like, how happy would you be if I gave you £10 million right now?
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
But then it's like,
you can't wake
but
up.
if I'll give you £10 million, but you can't wake up tomorrow, would you take it?
No.
So it's like, why then are we not appreciating life every single day with the same impact of what that could be?
That's what I'm saying. And it's I'd say my biggest win is waking up and doing what I love every day. Where the journey takes me, I don't know. I just want to work as hard as I can and be as successful as I can. But at the minute, I love everything I'm doing. It's like when you guys launched the app, like that's insane. Like one of my clients, he logged a workout the other day. I looked at my phone and go on, son. You know what I mean? You're just buzzing for every little thing, all the time. Like buzzing to get to work, buzzing to get my session in, to train and to see clients and see their progression, and whether that be face to face, online, whatever it is. Just the love of it. Like at the minute, it's great. I'd say the only thing I'm sort of struggling with at the minute is not being able to play my football.
Yeah.
That's getting to me a bit at the minute, but but I can't control it. And I can't control it, but it's sort of one of the things where you control the controllables. Yeah. So, can I control getting up early, going to work? Of course I can. Can I control my nutrition? Yeah, everything you can control it. And that to be fair, that's a bit of advice I give to anyone. Not that I'm in a position to be dishing out loads of advice, but other than
more than you think.
I'd say you're qualified.
But yeah, I'd say like I lost my trail of thought then.
What advice would you give?
Yes, that's what I'd say. Control the controllables.
Yeah.
If like people
worry
live
too much
exactly. People live like crazy lives. Like people are up. People got loads like 3 kids and working 3 jobs, and there's so many different things you could control the controllables. There's always there's always something you can be doing.
Whether
always
it's
something.
half an hour,
That's it.
within your power that you've got that control over.
There you go.
If that is health and fitness focused, or just lifestyle focused, a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety comes from being not in control. So control what you can, and suddenly you'll find more stuff you can start to control. That then starts to expand.
For sure.
So what's next for Tom in the grand scheme of things?
Oof.
Like right now, like not like in 5 years, not like in the next year. What's
right now?
your goals?
I want to keep consistent with my face-to-face PT. I don't want to let that
really
slack. I want to keep consistent, stay on top of everyone and everything there. My next phase, I'd say, is building up my online coaching clientele. Really get a buzz to that. Obviously, with the help of the app now, it's just so easy and it's like insane. I go on there, like I hit my workouts, and I've got my clients hitting their workouts, and it just flows so well. So I want to expose the brilliance of that to my people and to my audience.
And now I guess because you're fully booked as a PT, it's then great that you've got this. Okay, well I can't get you in for a physical session because I've got no slots. However, I can provide you with online coaching.
Exactly. And so I'd say that's what's next for me. But I'm going to fire that back at you two because I want to know the new G&M plan, so hit me quick.
We've kind of run out of plans now. This was the plan.
It's just head above the water at the moment.
Yeah.
I started head above water. I'm about 6 foot under, just scrambling every day to try and reach back to the surface. I think that's what it is. But no, we want to help more people.
Yeah, that's the end goal has never changed. From the second that we left our jobs at David Lloyd, the goal has been to help as many people in the right way as possible. So we, at this point, like we could have helped more people if we'd sold our souls a little bit or
helped them short term.
Help them short term and not in the way that we deem correct. Whereas our goal through and through now is to get people when they're ready on that fitness journey and keep them on it for life.
I think that
whether they stay as a client with us for that period of time, it doesn't matter. They could be with us for 6 months, they could be with us for 2 years, they could be with us for 3 months.
Yeah.
But I want them to have those skills for life. So if they get to their goal after a year and then stop coaching with us, they retain what they achieved in that process.
It's work from time, effort, like it's all been put in.
Sure.
I think that's the biggest part. Like we finally, hopefully now, stopped getting distracted with other possible opportunities.
Yeah.
And it's actually like, no, we've got something, we've made something that really works. Yeah. Let's just put everything we've got behind this. Like there's always the idea of the gym and stuff like that. And yes, we could launch one, we could pack it out, like it'd be great, but it'd be a distraction from what we can really help people with.
Of course, yeah.
Suddenly it's just that other thing taking a lot of kind of our time and effort, when actually, if we can put that same amount of time and effort into the online world that we've got, suddenly that means with that same time we can have another 100 people. Another 200 people, another 1,000, that's completely expandable. They don't need to be within a 15-minute radius of us, we can help everyone across the whole planet.
Yeah. And that I definitely agree with that. I think as a company we could help a lot more people through the online. Like you'll be able to change a lot more lives. But by the same token, still doing the face-to-face stuff, I would say that if you, in the long term, if it becomes the time is free for you to be able to go into a gym, I would say, because I still do my face-to-face PT, I would say if you can at one point,
one day,
get that gym
when
open.
The online is where we want it to be.
Yeah. It can really help other people. We're doing boot camps now. Apart, we do love the face-to-face. I don't think you can underestimate
the power
of it and the influence you can have on
that social interaction.
A great amount of people. But for now, the focus needs to stick where it is. Let's get out to more people. Let's really help the fitness industry as a whole. Keep helping new PTs go on the correct path. A lot of our clients have been PTs now. We're moving a lot of people from being a client to actually being a coach.
Yeah.
And if they've gone through kind of our coaching process, we're like, we're not just influencing our clients directly now, but we've influenced someone now who's now going to have 20 clients and we're influencing them because it's our first coaching methods that got passed down.
They'll be using our coaching style.
So I'm happy for that to happen because that is then just more and more people we can interact with. When that becomes really, really successful and we can keep helping more and more people, then we'll have a little bit of fun with the gym.
The gym will be a passion project.
It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Get some good equipment.
Sounds good to me.
Questions?
Oh.
I should have thought something.
Oh, don't do me like
that. Here's one rep max bench press. Something to do with your legs.
It's been, it's been 100 keys for too long. I'm like 3 reps. I'm like, I can't. I haven't hit past 100, but as soon as I hit it, I just sacked it off. I just go dumbbells all the time.
It's not the best exercise. That's probably what I want to say. Another one. What? Go on. We'll go the restaurant.
Favorite restaurant. Ooh. Are we talking? Talking down south, or are we talking the Midlands?
Split them.
Do you know what? I love a gaucho. I do like a gaucho. Like if I'm going out, I like a gaucho.
What do you have though?
Steak. Come on, yeah. But listen, now my go-to meal, chicken rice is my number 1 meal. So when I'm in the Midlands, when I'm in Brum, it has to be a perifino. Yeah, love a perifino. Chicken rice, easy. That is my main meal, chicken rice. But I do, if I'm it's got to be gaucho if I'm going out.
You got anything? I've got one more thing that I'd like to go. I'll say if you could give one bit of advice to a 16-year-old in football, what would it be?
Funnily enough, I'm currently working with a 17-year-old who plays for Brentford.
There we go. What's his name?
I just say be busy. Be busy. Be in all the time. Like get in. Be the first one in. I say to him, be the first one in. Show your face. Be busy. Show the staff that you're about. Yeah, exactly. Train the way you play. Always enjoy every training session. Don't sack nothing off. And it's a hard industry. That's like the industry we're in. It's competitive. It's fast paced. And it's ruthless. It's cutthroat. So you've got to be doing everything. You've got to tick every box. So I say get in there early. Show face. Be busy, and be busy in terms of do your jobs. Do what you've got to do. Train hard. Put everything into every single performance. Just
and then
live it.
If you don't make it, then
exactly, you've got no regrets, and that's why with me, obviously, when I got let go at 19, I got no regrets because I did everything. I felt in my head I did everything that I could. I trained all the time. I was in the gym all the time, and he's in the gym with me now, so he's on the right path. This boy, he's got his head screwed on. He's got good people around him.
Took on that sort of support very, very early on.
Which is it's good. It's good, and if you're fortunate enough to have good people around you, like I was. When I was in that industry, it is a lot easier, and a lot of kids don't have that growing up. So I'd say be busy, first one in, last one out, and do everything with 100% effort. Yeah. That's all I'd say. Have no regrets. Have no regrets. Live it. Have no regrets. I'd say that in life as well. Yeah. So done. Sorted.
Philosopher now.
Bosh. Done.
Quote. T. Scott.
Sign it.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on.
No, thank you.
That was an absolute pleasure. I think everyone got a real good kind of insight to who you are and where you come from.
I hope so.
I don't know if you actually saw. Have you just?
No, yeah. I might just came. I do swear a lot, but I've tried my best today. I've really suppressed it. There's times I've been like, I like to say I've said words a bit wrong because I was trying to swear and.
That was like me on the first. You didn't care, but yeah.
Got through it.
Yeah. No, thanks.
Lovely. No, thank you for having me. Pleasure.